Booyah. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Want to welcome everybody to Gonzo Sports Wrestling Room and Kuhndog Corner here at the Gonzo Wrestling Room Laboratory, or whatever you call it. Better turn down the volume on this.
Didn't you tell everybody else to turn down their volume before they turned it on?
Remember me? I'm the notification guy, dude. So, what's that, man?
Oh, you go ahead.
Turn off notifications.
Yes. Yeah, just want to welcome everybody coming off a badass show. That's all I got to say. We'll give Rob Barrett on that here in a little bit. But we'll start out Kuhndog Corner tonight with, like we always do, saying prayers for people and keeping everybody high. Steve Stark's family, I want to keep them in our... Steve Stark's family with his wife and stuff. Keep them on your prayers.
Hey, Debbie Holiday, my other mama.
That ain't right. Oh yeah.
I still love you.
Hey, Shanita. But yeah, yeah, we just want everybody to keep everybody in prayers dealing with COVID. Gene from my work, COVID out. I mean, want to keep everybody high in the prayers with, it's dealing with that right now. And
pray for my shoulder to heal.
Yeah, his shoulder to heal.
If you don't know why his shoulders hurt, go back and rewatch Rock and Roll Never Dies.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And that's on Gonzo Sports Room.
Yep.
Or yeah, Sports
On
Room.
YouTube,
And
Facebook, you name it, it's on there.
Be a subscriber. Matter of fact, real quick, Chris, elaborate.
To subscribe, you can go to YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Just hit the subscribe button, or on Facebook and Twitch, you just hit the follow button, and then hit that bell. You get notifications of any time we're live. We do sports betting, sports talk, and of course we do a lot of pro wrestling stuff. We do more pro wrestling than we do anything.
Yes. But yeah, just lift him up in your prayers. Pray that Mike gets feeling better, or Mike here gets feeling better.
I'm feeling good.
If you guys weren't at the show, oh my God, that's all I got to say, man.
It was a war, that's for sure.
It was a good match.
Almost a sellout crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Front row sold out. I just couldn't believe all the new faces.
Oh, there's a ton of new faces.
Front row, when you guys started letting people in, the front row was filled up in it was like 10 minutes. Boom.
Yeah.
People got there early.
Don't you remember, Chris? I walked over to you and said, "Man, it's not even 6 o'clock, and we're all, half full."
Yeah, there was people waiting outside 5.
Yeah,
in the parking lot,
and it was just so cold and windy. I couldn't let them sit out there.
There was people that came 6 hours to the show.
Yes,
6 hours away.
6 hours. Even had somebody come from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Oh wow. Speaking of that. That means, yeah, they.
Somebody's car already happy.
Yeah, that's somebody probably taking photos. But yeah, we just want to welcome everybody tonight to Kuhndog Corner and Gonzo Sport Wrestling Room. I gotta go right to it, man.
I want to thank our sponsors for making stuff happen over the years. And not only was it Rock and Roll Never Dies, but it was also our 4-year anniversary show. And what a way it was. The night was phenomenal. The card was so impactful.
Oh man,
tons of talent on it. And we have companies like Greek's Pizza to thank. We have companies like Byrider to thank. We have companies like Phoenix Designs, who does our shirts and everything. And,
love you, Ray Hedman,
and always puts out great product and does a lot of different product for even some of the big name Hall of Famers as well. You got everybody, Toys Forever. You got Ravenstein Motorsports. You got
Phillips Entertainment.
Phillips Entertainment.
Phillips Entertainment. And
DMM Entertainment. DM Construction. All his different companies.
How you doing, Mom? Love you. What's up, Sandy? We missed you. Shanita, we miss you. Holden or Nate, you're awesome. Appreciate your help the other night. Jessica, you're awesome.
Guy from Tennessee came up from the show. Nate said,
Yep.
He was talking to.
Yep. There was a lot of different faces. I mean, it was awesome, man.
A lot of great things came out of the show. I mean, the fans have been all over these G.W.R. guys, man. They've already cut matches and put the matches online. They got the whole show online. I mean, and they live streamed it during the show. I mean, that it's just awesome what these guys do and the amount of time that they take. And we thank you guys for taking all that time to do that as well. I mean, definitely other independent shows. I know we're on here to talk about DCCW and Rock and Roll Never Dies and the show's coming forward, but all the other independent wrestling companies that are out there and all the guys, young and old in the business, get a hold of these guys.
Oh, yes.
Reach out to them, see if their schedule's open to come to your show. I know they're booked up like crazy. I talk to Chris dang near about every day, and he's always booked up going to shows every weekend and whatnot. And don't try to book him on our dates. He's already at our shows. So
are you talking about going to the sports room?
Wrestling room.
Wrestling
room. We're always trying to find new dates. We try to stay busy every day of the weekend.
I'm just that's Gonzo, not Goonzo, right? That's Gonzo.
Gonzo.
Yeah, okay, Gonzo. Just making that clear.
Gonzo.
Asking for a friend.
Hey, Gonzo's wrestling room. People can make fun of it all they want to, or make fun of the name. But the thing about it is you guys have already made a name for yourself in the independent wrestling, unlike some other people. And you guys are known now throughout Indiana wrestling and getting ready to go to some other states as well. And the fact of the matter is that you guys are for the business. There's a lot of people out there that's in the business that's not for the business. You guys are for the business, not for your business, but for the business in itself. You guys are getting people's names out there, doing interviews all the time, and going out to these shows and investing your time and money on going out there. So that's a great thing. Cannot say enough about Gonzo Sports Room and Wrestling Room.
I appreciate it.
And we were just talking right before you came in here, man, about going back, and I guess me and Chris was talking. A lot of people don't know it, but Chris and his dad has been a lot of years around with the baseball and wrestling here in Delaware County and Kitty Cats. Pal Club. That's
gosh, almighty, the Pal Club was historic in Muncie.
He was just saying
we had one of the best wrestling teams in the state for a lot of years.
Yeah. And you wrestled too, didn't you? Yep. And not to get off subject, but congratulations. Proud of every one of you Delaware County representing for the state championship meet, semi-state regionals, sectionals. You guys are all awesome. Big shout out to Tony Wood and Cameron Clark, Titus Walters and Jason Orr. You guys all look good this year. Julius from Delville, Toby Abbott with the 5th.
Let's say give a big shout out to Toby Abbott for fifth in the state. Yep. Only match he lost 11-10, and that kid was in the finals.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know if the kid ended up winning or not, but he was in the finals. So you only lose. That's the only kid that beat you in the 11-10 match. That can go either way.
Yeah.
All these kids that are out there putting their time in for their school wrestling and whatnot, man, guys, just hands out to you. You guys do know that, a lot of the wrestlers that's made it big has put all their efforts and everything into amateur wrestling and collegiate style Greco-Roman wrestling. I mean, the top guy in WWE right now, Brock Lesnar. I mean, gosh darn. I mean, you just Kurt Angle.
He was a beast in college wrestling. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist. I mean, you guys keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. You can do anything.
He won an Olympic gold medal with a broken neck.
Yeah. Broken freaking neck.
A lot of people think that was just something he was saying on WWE and stuff.
Legit.
No, it's legit true. And he's broke his back. I think I've heard like 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
But dude's crazy.
You guys just keep pushing. Also, to the coaches and everything, you guys keep doing what you're doing. If you guys need help with funding, obviously we do benefit shows to help with funding and whatnot.
Get a hold of them. They do great things. I saw what you guys have done for Central and Jay County. So definitely get a hold of DCCW.
Speaking of that.
Yeah. Before we get into the show,
yes,
our very next show is not in March.
Nope. We are
going to focus as hard as possible. This is why we're taking March off. Sorry, folks, but we are going to take March off, and we're going to focus hard on Bearcat Rumble 2
Yes.
and Invasion 3 and the Juneteenth show, which is our 3 next shows.
Yep.
So we got April 16th for the Bearcat Rumble.
April 16th.
April 16th. The date was changed. Sorry for that. I know it said April 23rd, but April 16th. It doesn't conflict with anything. So April 16th is the Bearcat Rumble 2.
2.
That's for Muncie Central's Wrestling Club.
Yes.
And then we also have Invasion 3, which is in Jay County, which is in Portland for the Jay County Wrestling Club.
Yes.
And then on June 18th, we are back at McCullough Park.
Keys to the City. 2.
Keys to the City for the Juneteenth event that they hold, that they've been holding. The Juneteenth event is amazing, absolutely amazing. Get out there, community, and learn and fellowship, and get out there and just have a good time. And then we're going to be out there going crazy.
Hey, so help me out here.
Yeah.
We haven't got the tickets set for the 16th show, Bearcat Rumble, or the Invasion show. But so how much are the tickets for the Juneteenth show?
Juneteenth show?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. It's going to be exactly what it was last year, and it's going to be a free show to the community.
A what?
A free show to the community.
Did he say free?
He said free.
100% free.
Man, it was awesome last year. I was there last year to watch. And
there's 300-400
I was gonna say there's 300 or 400
around.
people that all of a sudden just
converged
around the ring. It was awesome.
Yes, and I remember one point. I remember sorry, bub, notifications off. I remember last year, I think somebody, Jared or Mike, was on the ring or something, and Richard Ivy come over.
Richard calls me to get hit in the back. I was in the Keys to the City match, and I was up trying to get the keys, and Richard's down there waving like a schoolgirl.
You were there, weren't you, Chris? You guys, did you record it?
No, we wouldn't record that. That was one of them we were just there to watch.
That was awesome.
But they will be there this year.
I think it was the next. It was the next show you guys done, the Summer Shakedown. That was the first show we done.
So you will be live at the Juneteenth free show. Yes. That's
so April 16th is the Bearcat Rumble 2, and then May 14th is Invasion 3 in Portland, in Jay County there in Portland. So the Bearcat Rumble is obviously for the Muncie Central. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
And Terry.
That's right.
So
I see it.
Like we were saying, so we got April 16th. It's the Bearcat Rumble. That's for the Muncie Central Wrestling Club. And then we also got May the 14th is Invasion 3 for the Jay County Wrestling Club. And then right after that, the following month in June is the June 18th is going to be the Juneteenth show, which is Keys to the City.
Yes,
2. And the Keys to the City show in June is absolutely free. It is part of the Juneteenth event. Anitra Davis and Dorica has reached out to us, part of the committee there, and they said that it was an outstanding words that were said to them about our show last year, and the kids loved it, and everybody loved it, and they can't stop talking about it. So we will be back. And
I'm telling you, all the comments people left last year, and this is where actually Dex won the Keys to the City to make it to where he's at today.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
It started Dex's climb.
On the Invasion show, is that show at Jay County High School? Or will it be here at the National Guard?
The Invasion show will be in Jay County.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It won't be here in Muncie. We normally it was in their community building the first year, and then we were at the fairgrounds the second year.
Yeah.
So depending on where the board wants us to take it, the Jay County board wants us to put it, and that's where we'll put it.
I was just wondering that way people knew where, like the Bearcat Rumble, where's that going to take place at?
Bearcat Rumble, and that is to be announced. AJ Bradley, the coach there, is getting with the people that he needs to get to. It very well may be at the National Guard Armory. You might as well turn that off. It very well may be at the National Guard Armory.
You see his face.
But
get over here.
But it also could be. It could be at Muncie Central high school. Hell, it could be at the field house. You just never know where we're going to end up, right?
Well, I got a big question.
Just depends on who's coming, right?
Who's coming? We don't.
Well,
know.
that's later announcement.
Yeah, that's
we can't give it away.
Big
right
surprise. Now. I guess board of directors. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that. But
I've heard that there's some big names being thrown around.
It was 2 minutes. What?
But then we
my live.
Yeah, Dwayne, you watch every single live, so we're live. Stop calling the phone, stupid.
Hey, Phil, Tyler Haney. Yes, big things coming. Possibly. Tyler Haney knows.
Con, we're not even talking about the show yet. So you hold on. Yes, you had your special night last night, and you ended up getting what you wanted in more ways than what you wanted. Or Saturday night. So we'll talk about you here in a minute.
Yes.
Phil, absolutely. You should have been. If you wasn't there Saturday, you should have been, because that was one of the ways Con got more than what he was expecting. Tyler, absolutely. Big things are happening. Coming. Hello, beautiful Cash.
Jeff Hopkins, what's up, my brother? Good to see you at the show.
Oh, Roger on there. King of the 1, 2, 3 has arrived.
Roger is back, ladies and gentlemen.
He's back. He made his debut.
He's not getting a big head. He's not getting a big head already as a referee, is he?
Did you see that? Roger Little made his debut as a referee.
He did a great job.
Great job.
I thought I died a couple times, and he made sure I wasn't. So
Dad mentioned it on the live show. We got to see Roger's first time ever reffing. Yeah. Then we got to see his debut reffing at DCCW.
Yeah, he's come a long way since then.
So, yeah. Speaking of this is something I want to talk about during this show.
Yeah, we'll get into that too, Mike Lee. You and Connor are kind of the same.
That's why
little chihuahuas chirping.
I don't know, but I heard the smack around the world there, Mr. Lee.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful Cash, and then Mike Lee chiming in. Yeah, chime in again and see what Cash has for you, Mike.
Oh yeah.
But we might as well get into it. Get into the Rock and Roll Never Dies. We're kind of rolling through it in the background as well, and talking about big things, and I cannot stress this enough, but the fans of DCCW are absolutely amazing. Over 200 strong, wasn't it? Over 200 strong. At the show, freaking phenomenal. You guys were awesome all night. You really made me push harder. When might the announcement be for the Bearcat Rumble? Jeff, it'll hopefully be here, and hopefully the next couple of weeks.
Well, we know the date.
Yeah, we know the date.
And there'll probably be a miniature poster maybe by the end of the week.
April 16th was the date, right? April 16th the date. Yep. Then more information will be coming out soon.
Yes.
Yep. But we can't thank the fans enough, and definitely
what's up, King Lucas?
The DCCW page was updated and said, and I caught that it said that any videos or pictures or anything you had from the event, please share them to the page. It was awesome. You guys were awesome. There were so many different views of everything.
Yeah.
The left hand is free. There we go, Cash. That's her strong hand, by the way, the left hand. Yeah, she's really strong with that. But
you gonna laugh, dude, or you gonna sit there?
Silent Seth, bud. Silent Seth. He doesn't even say 1, 2, 3 loud when he's counting in the ring.
Damn sombrero fella.
It's sombrero fella.
But definitely keep pushing with us, guys. Get behind us and get behind the people in the ring. I mean, a lot of the guys laid it all out Saturday night. So
you could tell everybody definitely stepped it up with the rock and roll being in the house.
Dude, they were still coming in.
It was an awesome show.
Like at 7:30, 8:15. Just kept coming in.
Just kept coming.
Oh yeah, it was
filled out the back parking lot.
When you watch back, you'll hear me and Dad say on there, people are still coming in. We said it 2 or 3 times.
New faces.
Rock and roll, man. Talking about great guys. Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. They are phenomenal. They did a seminar with the guys beforehand.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever took part in. It was cool.
Yeah,
me and Dad had a blast
talking about the business. They definitely got in, talked about the business, talked through the guys, got in the ring with some of the guys and everything, and then they came out and they even know that they came up short, which we'll get in more of their match here in a little bit. but they are absolutely phenomenal, and everybody showed the love. That's for sure.
I could see them and the highlight reel meeting up again sometime down the road.
I could see it. They I believe they extended the offer to come back too. When they were leaving the ring Saturday night. So keep on saying last night, folks. I'm still stuck in time.
Well, it feels like last night because we didn't get home or what? Like I got home like at 3 a.m.
Yeah, we didn't get home till yesterday.
And dude, I'll tell you, afterwards, the after get together we had, it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
I think the thrill of it was just watching Chris eat pancakes. And they were good. Them chocolate ones, Roger, them chocolate pancakes, dude. Chocolate chip.
Talking about some great matches that was on the card. The very first match was Dutch Boy Platinum versus Logan Myers. Talking about a phenomenal match.
Oh man,
it was a great match. They were the measuring stick throughout the show, weren't they?
Yep.
From what you guys had said, I don't know what everybody else's opinion was, but at the beginning of the show and most of the way through the show, that they were the measuring stick of the night, right?
They came out and kicked it off with a bang. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better kickoff match than what they put on that night.
Yeah, and Logan Myers got his hand raised at the end, got that victory.
Yes,
crowd was loving that. Talking about two guys that are up and coming and pushing in this business, Dutch Boy Platinum and Logan Myers. They are pushing hard through this business, and Logan's is a local boy.
Yes,
Logan is a local boy. Dutch is a local boy.
Yep.
Talking about some local boys, and it's funny because in the background we're replaying the show too. So Dutch Boy Platinum just got in the ring, and so it's going to be playing in the background while we're talking. Let's see, Chris still never rubbed his back. He never rubbed Roger's back. But yeah, talking about a good up tempo pace match. Dutch and Logan killed it. The following match after that was a newcomer, and the newcomer faced somebody that's wrestled with us before, and that was Hidari.
Yeah, Hidari.
Yes. Hidari came back. Fans loved Hidari. And that was G.W.R. Thomas.
Yes.
And not only did G.W.R. Thomas get in the ring for the first time in DCCW, but he almost came in like it was his own company, and he's out here trying to book matches, and it looks like he got what he wanted, and he's going to be wrestling Dex at WCWO for their big show.
Yes, I've seen that.
And
that's this Friday, right?
This Friday, and I don't know. I don't sit in the board meetings and stuff like that, but from what I saw is that Dex is going to be defending the DCCW Heavyweight Championship against G.W.R. Thomas for the WCWO Championship. It's champion versus champion.
Okay.
From the graphics I saw online.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you and the board doing. That's pretty cool. I mean, awesome. Cross-brand promotional stuff here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, G.W.R. Thomas and Hidari, that wasn't no slouch of a match either. It was a hard hit, and they beat the crap out of each other, and they put on a show.
Yeah, they did.
Hard hit.
But there wasn't a bad match on the card either.
No, not at all.
Then the third match was Cecil Cerveza. Speaking of Cerveza, you got anything?
Oh, no.
Gosh darn, man, you're slipping. I don't want to feel my shoulder no more. Against the Beeve, our college favorite, the Beeve with his paddle.
Oh yeah.
See, Dad, he said it's a great show. I was there live, and I've watched it twice since then.
And then, so it was a triple threat. It was Cecil Cerveza versus the Beeve versus our DCCW United States champion Max Sterling.
Yes.
Talking about great match there. Mac held his own against them guys, didn't he?
Yep, we did. They raised his hand.
And I'll tell you what, them guys stepped up, because I've seen that Cerveza a few times, and he really impressed me Saturday night. That was the best I've ever. That's the best I've ever seen him.
Yeah,
he stepped up big time.
Well, look at G.W.R. We were just talking about the second match on the card, and G.W.R. Thomas versus Hidari, and G.W.R. just got on here and he said, "Hey, boss man, after Friday, you'll be looking at your new champ." Big words from G.W.R. Dex has done a lot in the business in a short amount of time, and G.W.R.'s pushing right through it, right?
But
he took the WCWO title from Dex.
He does have a victory over Dex. That's how he got the WC.
we could be looking at a new champ, and it didn't even happen on our show.
And then Roger said the same thing I did. Even in defeat, Cecil shined.
Yeah. Great matches across the board. So that triple threat match, Cecil did shine.
And then JB and Max Sterling actually joined us later on for some commentary.
At the commentary at the table, yeah.
Oh, Max Sterling's a good guy.
And Wiley, Professor Wiley came over there for a match or two, joined us. So we had some. Yeah. It was cool because, like, when we got there, the wrestlers came talk to us, and they're like, "Hey, well, I'll come over." And I'm like, "Yeah, if you guys want to come over, come on over here."
I remember one set of guys coming over to your booth. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. But that triple threat match, just like you said, Max Sterling, handheld high, still a United States champion.
Yep.
Awesome.
And the crowd, was really behind Mac, too.
Yep. And then we had Jordan James versus Rachel Armstrong.
Dude, that was a good match.
I don't know if anybody can ever take a licking like Rachel.
She took a licking that night.
She did. Gosh,
chops. But I'm not taking that from Jordan either. He's a hell of a wrestler. Jordan's a good wrestler. Then what would be the next match?
Next match would be the Crossroads Demon and Jackson Morgan.
Speaking of somebody that's new.
Yes, Crossroads Demon.
Crossroads Demon. He is new to the area and whatnot, and he made his debut on Saturday.
Look good
against Jax Morgan, who's been around. Jax is great,
hard hitting brawler.
It's kind of weird because they're both kind of like demonic. I mean, they're kind of got some.
It's kind of this big monster against this demon.
Yeah, like you're ready for a voodoo to come off the ceiling or something.
Talking about somebody who's underrated, Jackson Morgan is very underrated.
Yes.
He can do a lot in this business, and me personally, just watching the guy, there should be more independent shows out there that gives Jax a whole lot more.
Yep,
he is very underrated in what he does.
Rachel is awesome, Cash.
Con, when Jawan becomes the new DCCW champ, he'll need some premium representation. Con always trying to play. Why does it seem like Con always trying to play for somebody after they win titles? I thought you were supposed to help people win titles.
That's what I thought.
Not pick them up after. You can't make a team of all Hall of Famers, bub.
What do you think about that, Seth?
Anyway, he's just doing what they do.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
he's just doing what the NBA teams do now. Trying to build that super team.
Right. He's exactly like the NBA. They can just pick whoever they want, pay them whatever they want, and make a super Laker team or a super Heat team, or it doesn't matter. He's just trying to do what he can with his money. Yeah, we'll get into that here in a minute. We're getting down there.
Yep.
And then the semi-main event.
Oh, God.
Of the night is why I am in the situation I am right now.
Snack, crackle, pop.
Yep. And that was the chairman, Joey Owens, longtime rival, versus myself. And guys, I knew going into the match, Joey Owens has been around forever, over 20 years in this business. I've known him my entire career. Had many battles with him in Indianapolis over the years and other shows. And I can tell you, Joey Owens is nobody to go into a match light with.
Oh, no.
Joey Owens is very strategic in every placement, in every move, in every thought process that he does. He tries to be 10 steps ahead of people, every single person he wrestles. And that's hard to do.
And he has a mean streak too.
He has a very mean streak.
You died 10 times.
Cash told me that, and afterwards she said she thought I died 10 times. Hell, I thought we both died there a couple times. But
if you guys haven't seen it, just this match right here was worth the price of admission. They put on a show. Joey and Mike both put on a show. You need to go back and watch it.
It was a hard-hitting match. I got to get X-rays and whatnot on my shoulder.
Yeah.
From the match, I am pretty hurt. I ain't gonna lie. Me and Joey went to war, but this has been a year and a half in the making.
Yep.
A year and a half in the making that Joey's been running roughshod in DCCW and trying to do it at my expense, and I just can't take. I just couldn't take it, and we had to have a final match to get it all out, right? And I believe that we did it. I believe we created that match and we got it all out in that match. Hopefully, I don't know about Joey, but we beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
Beat the hell out of each other.
You guys was everywhere.
Dude, I mean, dude, you got to go bam, bam. And all of a sudden you see Joey's feet in the air. I mean, I looked up and I thought, oh, dude.
There was that back body drop was,
man,
into the corner was awesome.
Well,
dude, that's just a start.
Joey tries to stay 10 steps ahead of people, but like I said, I've known Joey for a long time, so I try to stay ahead of him every chance I get, and you have to.
Yeah, you guys were everywhere. Hell, Joey and the Skull Crusher came over and took over our table for a minute or two.
Well, speaking of get the Kleenex there, Mr. Lee. How about
yeah, I could have swore I saw some eyes swelling up down on the ground, didn't you?
You got
there?
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
And somebody said that up here. Oh yeah, Cash slapped the hell out of Skull Crusher.
And somebody said, since somebody said slap heard around the world.
Yep.
And that was Mike. It'll teach you to get involved, man. Won't it? Cash has always had my back through the years, and she definitely had my back Saturday night
too. I see.
She did. She didn't even hesitate. You go back and you watch that show, and you watch that match. Cash did not even hesitate. They tried to cheat me again when we were on the apron, and Mike Skull Crusher held my leg, and Cash came right around that corner around the table and smacked the piss right out of him.
Oh, dude, the headshots you took.
Oh man, yeah, I still feel that too. Thanks, Lucas, for reminding me.
I still see the bump right there at the scalp. Bro.
Oh yeah, I got bumps all over my head.
You got him with the Sabu though too. So
I got hit with the Sabu. Yeah, he Sabu'd me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Cash said Mike Lee's sad. I don't even know if we're going to hear from Joey tonight. I know.
I was gonna say usually he's on here by now.
Yeah, he's normally running his mouth.
If he's not on here, he's calling.
Yeah. Speaking of running his mouth, he did that last night to you guys too, didn't he?
Yeah.
I kind of.
Yeah. Let's talk about that now, dude. Chris, tell us. You got to tell us.
Yeah, what the hell happened? I was laying on the ground.
Well, we were doing commentary. I didn't even see him coming. I was looking over here to see what was going on. Next thing I know, you have JKO and the Skull Crusher told everybody to move.
Dude,
Wiley got out of the way. My dad kind of pushed me out of the way.
Hell, so they were throwing you out of the chairs, huh? From the video I saw.
Yeah, I kind of grabbed my dad.
This is the worst podcast in the world.
Said this is the worst podcast he'd ever been on. That we've been trying to get him on there for a long time. But yeah, they took over. They definitely took over our table for about a minute or two.
Terry, the last time.
Then he told us he had to go because he had a fight to win.
Yeah, it didn't turn out very well for him, and that kind of went in.
Yeah, my dad told him, so we'll go win it then.
Your dad's face. I got a picture where he's sitting there going. I was like, he just lost it.
Oh yeah,
that was good. That was a good.
Well, Dad told me yesterday. He said after I watched it, he said, I'm marked out. He goes, I couldn't help it. I said, he did. You could hear it live. He goes, this is fucking awesome. It was great.
And guys, I mean, once again, thank you guys for standing behind me. The crowd was awesome last night. I really felt the energy. I mean, you guys pulled me through that match. There was a lot of things that Joey done to me in that match that I shouldn't have got up from. Huh?
No, he's talking about this.
Oh, there was a lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of things in that match I shouldn't have got up from. Hell, there was a couple things in the match that I didn't think Joey was getting up from. But you guys really pulled me through it. I mean, DCCW fans are by far like no other. I will put our fans up against any fans any day of the week. They are freaking awesome.
Well, and it was a great co-main event match because after that, the crowd was so fired up for the rock and roll to come out, even though they were already fired up. That even made them at another level.
And what I watched, nobody left. It was weird. I mean, because you get part of pro wrestling, you know what I mean, but nothing. I mean, it was, and during their match, did you see? It was like the crowd stood up and moved inward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started standing and moving chairs and everything. I mean,
hey, Destiny,
of course, Joey got thrown into some chairs. And,
I will say, and I'm told, Joey, you can hear it. I've had my terms with you, but I had one other match to me was the biggest pop in DCCW since I've been around. That broke it by far Saturday night. That was awesome.
Them fans are fired up. The loudest I've heard them fans ever.
Yes.
And when Silent Seth over there counted that 3, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was dazed. I think I even hopped up. I was beaten and battered and bruised, and I even hopped up off that 3 count and tried to celebrate and collapsed. But gosh darn, man, the DCCW fans are amazing.
Mortal Kombat super kick.
Whoopsie.
Can you do me a favor though? I guess I was on my way here and I called Mike, see how he was doing the stuff. He said it's visiting his mom. What did your mom say about the match there, Mike?
Oh, my mother?
Mary.
Yeah, she said that she should shove that chair up Joey Owens' ass.
She's from Woodford, Kentucky. I think she would.
But everybody that's reached out to me to check on me and everything, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I do feel the love from each and every one of you guys, and definitely keep coming back. I'm not done by any means. That's just hopefully the.
Are you and Joey done?
That I can never tell, because Joey can have wild hair up his ass and come at me again, but it's going to result in the same thing. I'm going to pin him again. It's going to happen.
Mike Stover.
Question: what do you think it will take to bring the mystique and what made wrestling so special?
Hey, we better frame that.
What's that?
Okay, I'll get
Con just gave Terry a compliment.
He went from a Chihuahua to the miniature Doberman.
And what made wrestling so special? And you said it's so special back. So, Mike Stover, what do you mean by back? What makes wrestling so special now? What made it so special back in the day? Elaborate on it a little bit more.
Please. We're here for any questions.
Yeah, you guys fire questions. Yeah.
Fire questions. Anything about anything other than
I know everyone
Silent Seth and a single white looking for
all the all the fans I talked to Saturday night, I didn't hear nobody that wouldn't just everybody loved the show that I talked to.
And that's great to hear. Wrestling is so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the next show. Absolutely, Steve.
I know Austin and his girlfriend loved it. Bobby had a blast. Bobby had a blast.
I'm glad Bobby made it out. That was awesome seeing Bobby that night. Steve Hammond, I look forward to seeing the next show. We look forward to seeing you, Steve.
Steve, April 16th is the next one. April 16th, it's the Bearcat Rumble 2.
The lost element of surprise and storytelling. There you go, bud.
Oh, there you go.
And that's real good with DCCW.
Mike, that's funny, Chris and Terry, that he brings this up.
Yes,
Seth,
yeah.
Because a lot of people have talked about this exact thing in the last couple weeks. I mean, even Brock Lesnar talked about it on Pat McAfee's show. So it's not even being talked about. My first ever time going. Can't wait till the next show. Awesome.
Dude's never been a big, huge race car man. Him and Dennis, his dad, BJ, his son. His 2 grandsons, they loved it. I told you about it. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Brett, that's awesome,
Brent.
Man.
You're awesome, Brent.
I can't wait until you come back as well. April 16th, next show.
Yes, I'll get with you, Brent, and we'll get you hooked up there, bud.
But a lot of people has talked about it, not just on the indies, but also all the way up to WWE with Brock Lesnar and Pat McAfee.
Yes,
but they're talking about storytelling and the lost art of what's being lost in wrestling nowadays. And even not only that, if you missed the seminar, you were a wrestler and you were in Muncie or you were in the surrounding area and you missed the seminar with rock and roll, there should have been no reason why anybody missed the seminar. It was before every show that happened Saturday night. Yes. But if you missed that,
it was worth every penny. And I'm not a wrestler. I do commentary, but
there was everybody there, right?
I learned so much about it.
It was for everybody that's in the business, for wrestlers, referees. You had announcers there. You had
Jessica,
calling commentators / podcast guys there. I mean, everybody was there to learn.
And they took time and talked to all of us.
Everybody. But one of the things that they touched base on is what Mike is talking about now, and that is the storytelling, the loss of the storytelling in professional wrestling, and that is lost. There's a lot of shows.
Just imagine bringing Bray Wyatt to DCC. That would be crazy. And I'm telling you right now,
that would be crazy, man.
I'm telling you, it's craziness coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say. You guys don't know nothing. I know it all. So that's all I got to say about that.
Jerry, you nailed it on the head. That'd be awesome.
We're in a tough situation if we don't know that he knows it all.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right there, bud.
But Mike, yes, the storytelling is lost, and I believe that hopefully the story, I hate to say it, and I hate to give Joey any props whatsoever, but I believe the story that we told not only for the last year and a half, but through our match just on Saturday night. That's the storytelling that wrestling needs to have, throwing people together and throwing matches together and just people coming out just to get in the ring. Nobody comes to see that.
No. And you can ask me a year ago.
He's right. That's what Ricky talked about.
Tony Gonzalez nailed it. That's all Ricky talked about the whole time.
That was his main thing that he talked about during that.
Because everybody's worried about their spot.
Yeah.
It's not their spot. It's about everything else around you. Correct. And I haven't, me, I haven't been in this business very long, but I'm telling you, if you're worried about yourself in this business, you ain't gonna go or that spot.
I'm not dealing with no fiend. I've dealt with Rikishi, Pope, and now Rock and Roll Express has to stop somewhere.
He's still waiting. He's got still a surprise from Gangrel, don't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
But on that the storytelling aspect, also a lot of it depends on what promotions you watch too, because there are promotions, especially on the independents here in Indiana, that do have good storytelling.
Yes,
but you can go to some other promotion. It's all about all about the moves.
Where you can stand
and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything bad about fans that love the spots, the high flying, and all the crazy spots and everything. But and I'll ask those fans that like those that or like all the high flying and crazy moves that goes on in a match. When's the last time you sat on the edge of your seat for a match? That's what I'll ask.
When have you moved 2 rows up and crowded the front row?
Yeah.
And most of matches that you'll remember in your head, that you'll remember years down the road seeing, it's because the storytelling, because it made it mean something.
Right.
Rather than just a bunch of spots.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's what it's about, man.
It is. It's about being able to remember what stories made you feel good and wrestling. Like I can tell you probably damn near step by step the entire match that Flair and Shawn had. Why? Because I was a Shawn guy and a Flair guy back in the day, and that story in itself, and knowing that somebody was going to be done.
Do that.
You guys got a call in number? Shoot, Mike. Chris, can they call in, or can you add people to this thing?
I can actually send them. I could send them a link where there's video, or we can Bluetooth to the box and have somebody call.
Yeah,
in.
Mike. That's a good thing. We might we'll have to set some stuff up. Definitely.
Yeah, we could definitely set something up where we could do that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That'd be good for talking and everything.
Yep.
Because it's a little bit easier for you guys to speak what you want to say rather than type it.
Well, we can get that set up from next week.
Monday.
Yeah, next Monday.
So from here on out, it is every Monday at 7:00, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Mike, definitely tune in next Sunday or next Monday as well and talk. But any more questions that you have on here that you can spit out, man, I'll be more than happy to talk with you. If I call,
that'd be awesome.
Somebody else,
I'll put out a graphic or something next week, letting people know how they get on. Yeah, how they can get on, how they can call in, and everything.
Absolutely, no, man. Thanks a lot, Mike. That's a great idea. It's just going to better everything. Me and I have a background in the Indies from Chicago. I'd love to talk with you guys. Absolutely, Mike. Having background in the Chicago area, you're right up there with people say that, I coattail and whatnot off of somebody, but that's where my wrestling daddy's from, and that's Dice Man Ronnie Vegas from Chicago. So would love to talk to you about some Chicago stuff. Jerry Stephen, also when there is a next show in the Armory building, we need Wi-Fi in there. I was trying to Facebook Live it, but I couldn't do to no Wi-Fi. Jerry, that's something with the Armory.
We're in the works.
I will. We will try to put that in. Okay, last question. Why are the Indies so over flooded with the same guys doing the same thing everywhere? It's a good question. A lot of great questions, Mike.
I can give you one answer, and it's not coming from me. It's coming from Ricky Morton. It's because guys either sit in the back and don't watch the guys that are in front of them.
That's right. That's true.
That was one of his top things. He said you need to make sure you watch all the matches in front of you, so you're not going out and doing the same thing that's been done already in the show.
Right. Mike, you're talking about the same thing, and that's what Chris was hitting on. Guys that are backstage looking at stuff, and they're not looking in the right places, and you get a lot of the same stuff going on. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of guys in DCCW that you can go and see at WCWO. WCWO also runs a weekly show every Friday night in Indianapolis. So you're going to see a lot of guys come from WCWO. But the thing is if you watch our show compared to a WCWO show, they're two different. They're two different entities.
Yeah.
And you can tell that in the matches, the work, everything that's going on. Has there been some duplication on matches from WCWO to DCCW? Yeah, there has, but there's also different fans. We're over an hour away from Indianapolis. There's a lot of indie people that can't make the DCCW shows, and a lot of DCCW people in Muncie that can't make the WCWO shows. But Mike, you nail it on the head. There is and I'll also throw this in there. People having trainings that shouldn't be training in the first place. So you say, why is there a lot of people in a lot of the same people? Well, you get a lot of the same people in the area because there's only, a couple reputable places training people in the area. So you only have those guys in that area unless you're booking outside talent from outside states, which also can get very costly as well because
not only costly, plus, you might see some video on them, but you don't know what you're 100% what you're getting when you bring in somebody new.
Yeah, you don't know what you're getting. How many times are you going to bring somebody in from Illinois or Wisconsin or Kentucky or California?
Where you can really build a storyline with them or for the fans to get to know who they are.
So you sometimes have to go from you have to weigh that in there too on storylines. I know Mike said something about storylines too. You got to weigh the storyline in. Seems like when kayfabe died, wrestling sort of did in the sense which made it harder to pull people in to a story, so to speak. You're absolutely right,
Sandy.
Mike. Absolutely, you're absolutely. When kayfabe died, well, the internet was the reason kayfabe died. You're absolutely right. The internet was the reason kayfabe died, and when that got out there, you're right. It took away from a lot of our stories, because of what because everybody was knowing what's going on behind the scenes and whatnot. But still, anybody that
don't say never, Barry.
Yeah. Let's see. If Jericho comes to DCCW, I'll have Sam and the twins in him. Here's a question. What made you guys want to do DCCW or just a wrestling business? That's a great question. Because me and Terry was on the same lines when we started DCCW 4 years ago.
Yep.
You want to tell
them? You roll with it, brother.
You want to tell them? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Come on.
So where we start? Do we start? Well, okay.
They said, why did we start DCCW?
Well, because I was going with the fans because of quote unquote trying to raise for a senior building that we're now involved with.
Yep.
And I got my taste of it, and I, didn't know I got jibed, I should say. Is that the word I want to use? Mm-hmm. Then Jared reached out to me, and he's like, "Hey, we need to talk." And we kind of made vows to each other. Hey, this is the way it's going to be, the way we need to do it, the way this really happens. And we had a good talk, man. And we just kind of rolled with it. And we were, if you guys don't think that we don't ever behind curtains, have disputes or disagreements, we do. It's normal. But with our great minds, we put great talent and shows and people and just everything together. What do you think, bud?
And our biggest thing from day one that we talked about, and the reason why we did DCCW, and that was to give back to the community.
Yes.
We knew that Muncie loved wrestling. There was nobody doing wrestling around here at all. And we wanted to give Delaware County and the surrounding area and Muncie wrestling back. It's very, very special to me. That's why I've been doing it for so long. a lot of different things tie into wrestling for me, you know, the death of my uncle and all that. But there's a lot of things that tie into it for me, and wrestling is huge for me. Terry watched wrestling back in the golden era, you know. Other than that, he hadn't really been up to par. I mean, he obviously knew who Stone Cold was and The Rock and the Attitude Era and stuff like that. But other than that, he hadn't watched much. So, you know, and that's one thing that we wanted to do is give back to the community. And that's why we do the Bearcat Rumble. We do Invasion. We do the Juneteenth show. I mean, tell me right now, if you can name me a promotion right now that is doing a free show. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah, we'll just wait.
I've been the one, and that was your guys.
Yeah, I know. I know WCWO has done free shows before in Indianapolis, but around this area and other than WCWO, name me a show that does a free show.
And we are, and I'm not exaggerating. You're verifying. We're not your average Joes, to where we go and make good money. I mean, we do it because of love and a passion, and to fill that up a little bit. Chris, you might be able to relate to me because you did a lot of coaching on the south side of Muncie.
Here's, for instance, name a show that books the Rock and Roll Express and charges $15 and $10. Go ahead, I'll wait on that one too.
You ain't gonna see that. You ain't gonna get. I like to just look up right now their last show they went to for ticket prices.
Let's see. Mike Stover, you are right. The Donahue episode, you're right on that. That and you know the exposure of behind the scene wrestling.
True, Con.
The internet made wrestling way too transparent. Absolutely, I'll agree with Con on this one.
One of the biggest organizations.
One of the best organizations. Mark, thank you. We appreciate that. We strive to try to be the best we can and give the crowd, the fans, what they want and have good talent.
Have you ever noticed too when we go to do our shows, something we vowed to? I'm not going to, once you pay to get in, there's merch there because you want to represent who the fans and their interaction with the wrestlers and food. We don't ever ask for money.
Yep.
You notice that? We haven't done a 50-50, dude, which we did a raffle.
We did a raffle for sign.
We don't even do that no more because we don't want to take their money because, again, I was that South boy that.
Well, not just that.
Thank you.
If you guys take
Lucas King, who's charges $10 to see Rikishi and Boogeyman. No many people do so much respect.
No. Well, you're saying too. Not only if you're taking their money, then that's going to take money away from the wrestlers. Yeah. They're trying to sell their merch to make a little money because parents will spend their money on the 50-50 drawings and stuff, and then that little kid won't get a chance to maybe get a shirt or. Well, you know what I mean. Whatever memorabilia the wrestlers had for sale that day, pictures.
Hey, good morning, good evening, Miss. Good evening, Mama Rowena.
And then Con said, booking the director, you should definitely be charging these idiots more. If you got smoked by Robert Gibson every show, I definitely would have to charge more than that. Con, you're absolutely right.
We're going to do our thing, Chad. We love you too, brother.
They collar match those cones they put on the dogs.
That cigarette
and after surgery, the goal is to get it on your opponent and use it. That's different. That's a different take on it, Mike. That's pretty cool. I like that ideal.
How dare you?
DCCW is great. Good evening. Love you, brothers. Chad, love you too, man.
What's up, Dwayne? I'm telling you, dude, I don't give a shit what do people say.
Hey, Dwayne, did you finally figure out that we were on live and stop calling Terry? Thanks, bub. Go ahead.
Dwayne killed that entrance.
Our entrance.
Twice.
That's awesome.
Our DCCW, Dwayne killed it. And the cool thing about it is he even went and had dinner with us. That was awesome.
Guys, if you like the look of DCCW, because it's always going to be changing, you know, throw up some likes and loves on there, hit them buttons and show Dwayne how much you guys like the setup, the staging and whatnot. And I think he does a great job, and he did an awesome wall.
Do you think it's a good idea for promotions to use modern day issues or agendas for their shows?
Mike, I am a old school guy. I will talk on this subject forever. I think the cancel culture is bullshit, and I think it's absolutely horrible. and anybody that's part of cancel culture can kiss my ass. I think it's stupid. I think it ruins a lot of people's lives because you can easily say something about somebody online and people try to take it and make it right and make it actually true, when some of the shit that they say online is not even true at all. But as in real world modern day issues, absolutely, this is a show. Old school way. The old school way is where we took modern day issues back in the day. Yeah, I'll get to Joey in a minute. We took modern day issues back in the day and we used it in real life stuff. I mean, that's what needs to happen. I mean, it's real life stuff. Why hide from it? Why hide from the fact that these things are going on? And why not make stories about it and make people feel, I mean, people feel legitly about what's going on in the world today. So why can't they feel about what's going on in the world as in a wrestling match too, and feel it at 10 times even more?
Yes, true. Amen,
I mean,
brother.
Stover, I'll talk all day about it. And don't you get me started on that. That might be a call-in day that you call in. Maybe I'll get back on here with Chris, and I know we still need to do Chronicles too, but
you're my hero, Mike.
It might be a call-in day.
I was gonna say,
hey, Silent Seth speaks, baby.
That's what I was getting ready to say. We could, we definitely need to get have him call in, because I think we could have some real good conversations.
Let's see. Dwayne did awesome here, Joe. I am here, assholes. I'm shocked that Mike King is still walking. He won't be when I return. Only reason to show is a great show. It's because I am on every show. Everyone wants to buy a ticket to me. I don't know, fans, people that's seen the show and seen Joey Owens. What do you guys have to say to Joey Owens about that? Jerry Steven, depending on the match or whatever it might be, I think for some of the shows, so for example, for the big title matches, fans should be able to choose a stipulation.
That's funny,
of the match.
We've actually talked about something like that.
Jerry, that's been discussed too. This year, you guys might see it. It's been done before at different promotions and whatnot, but you guys just might see like a Russian roulette style show where the fans will get to pick the
Kiss
matches.
my ass, Joey Owens.
Stop telling him to do stuff. I know he's only provoked because you said it.
No, he said it. I just told him how to go about it.
But definitely, you're absolutely right, Jerry. It'll happen in the future. But fans will be involved in stipulations of matches. Joey Owens is legend in here. Stop talking and acknowledge his presence, you morons. Yeah. How do you feel?
Thank you, Con.
Kayfabe is in the business nowadays. It's gone, Chad. Completely. It's just gone, bub. There is still a little bit left if you do it the right way, but it's gone. I say this: DCCW definitely follows the NWA formula. There needs to be a DCCW podium. Con, I'll agree with Con on that.
Yeah, I will too.
I love that comment. Much, and I'll even say it. Much respect to you, Con, for acknowledging that we try to stay old school formula. Damn, I didn't hear the little Con's entrance. Did I miss something? No, he's asleep right now. Little Con's asleep right now. Mike Stover. So I have seen this a lot where workers would abuse their passion for wrestling and not work on themselves personally. Do you see this a lot? Yes, absolutely. I also see people getting big heads in the business and stop working on themselves.
Or overdoing it.
Yeah, or overdoing it. Or
I've done this. I've done that. Got their big story, but there's no story. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Well, and then too, and Mike, I'll kind of follow this up on the other end of things, and not a defense of everybody or whatnot, but what I'll follow this up on is that, you know, in any business and any walk of life, and no matter what you're doing, you know, depression's real. Things get you down and whatnot, and some of those guys that get to a peak and they, you know, say they're in a good company and they're doing a good storyline, and then the storyline's over and they're like, where the hell to go? You know, but that should be the creativity of not only the promoter, and I will speak on this until I'm blue in the face. It is not the promoter's job to come up with every storyline for the wrestlers on the card.
Yeah.
It is not. If you want a better spot on the card and you want a better storyline, you want better things happening, come up with ideals and talk to your promoters. It's not the promoter's job to fulfill everybody's storylines and everybody's wants. But depression's real. I will touch base on myself, Mike. I'm heavier than I have ever been in my life. I broke my leg 2 years ago, or somebody broke my leg 2 years ago at a wrestling show over a botched dive, and it broke it in half. I got really depressed. I didn't do anything for 2 years. I packed on weight. What was crazy is the overwhelming reception I got from the DCCW and the Muncie crowd, and having me back and being behind me and in the matches. And I just love every one of them for it, for having my back and keep pushing me it makes me feel like I have to work harder for the Muncie fans. I got to work harder for them because they're helping me get back in shape. They're helping me through these matches. They're helping me do everything.
I'm going to speak. I've known Jared since he was a baby. He just didn't know, you know what I mean? Then we met up over at Ravenstein's house. But in the last 4 years that me and him and our friendship and our brotherhood's been going strong, I see the ups and downs. You know what I mean? Me and you've talked about it. But I think we had a gentleman reach out to us today, and I'm letting everybody know this. No names need to be needed. We were talking about getting trained, doing this. He wants to be just like Mike King. That made me feel good. And that ain't even me they're talking about.
Right.
It's your character. It's you. I mean,
that's another good point.
Okay.
Not every promoter should be one.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Right,
yeah. Not every promoter should be one either.
Some got big heads and shoot down new ideas. They're not their own. And
you're right, Mike.
That's a bad thing about the business. You do get promoters like that think they know everything and won't listen.
I don't. I walk out the beginning of the show, thank everybody for coming, thank our sponsors.
Yeah. No, I know you guys don't, but there's promoters like that.
I won't stop a show.
They won't let their talent talk to them or give ideas because they want to be able to say, this is my idea.
Right.
Yeah. It's all about the business. You know what I mean? And the fans. Fans number one.
You got to ask yourself. Are you in the business for yourself, or are you in the business for the business?
The business,
and the people.
The people.
Right. Not just the people in the back in the locker room and the fan. Are you in it for the business, like the whole entirety of the business?
Again, I won't shut my show down.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do
won't
my
hold
thing.
It hostage.
Yeah. I will walk out, do my thank you to all my sponsors and people for coming. Bam, I'm done. I'll walk around, I interlock with the crowd. I bet you I talk to 95% of the crowd when I'm there because I know them all.
Don, I'd love to have a DCCW podium. He's talking about like the NWA podium where they stand in front of.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that statement. Yeah. Well, build them one, Dwayne. Build them a podium, bub.
Oh, look at Barry. Yeah, we appreciate it, Barry. You just kind of sit down and
get right on that, Dwayne.
I'm trying to scroll back from you guys asking all your questions and everything.
Bunch came in all at once right there.
Mark, you guys have the best locker room. We appreciate that. That's also a big part to WCWO. Do you think they play part of why the promotion sucks, Mike? Yes. Everything that we're talking about, if you're one of the promoters that don't listen, you play a bad part in your promotion, and that's why you don't have good matches and don't draw. Same thing with the workers. If you're not trying to better yourself and try to come up with stories and whatnot and try to help every promotion that you're going to make that better and give it all and sell and whatnot, you're not doing any justice.
If everybody works together, it's going to make the promotion better.
It's a chemistry.
And if you're going in the opposite direction, if everybody's marching in the same direction,
yes,
right. I know this is a crazy Kuhndog's Corner. Normally we do this on G.W.R, but I'm enjoying it. And there's 20 over 20 people still on it and asking questions. I will answer questions till I'm blue in the face.
We'll definitely get it set up where people can call in.
Yes, we'd like
that'd be cool.
And it's $3.99 for the first minute and
Mike, on the wrestling commission thing, there's good things and there's bad things about wrestling commissions. And what I'll say, good and bad. The good thing on commission is some of these fly-by nights and guys that aren't passionate about it, it kind of keeps them away from it. But then if there is a commission and everything, what a commission does is it makes it harder for guys. Like, for instance, me and Terry, we keep our ticket prices lower.
Yeah.
If there was an Indiana Wrestling Commission and we had to pay for our wrestling license, pay for a doctor to be on site, which they do that in Louisiana. I've wrestled in Louisiana you have to have a doctor on site. You have to have police on site. You have to have the paramedic. You have to have all these different things on site at a wrestling show. And it just burns you up financially.
And don't the wrestlers have to have a license?
You have to have a license. The doctor has to be there. You have to have a physical on hand, which don't get me wrong. I believe physicals, blood work, all that stuff. You got to know who you're working and whatnot. But it kind of eats you up money wise. So I don't like
it more expensive for the fans.
Yeah, more expensive for the fans because, we're at $10 and $15, way back in the day. What was it, like $2 and $5? Nowadays we're 10 and 15 and 10 and 15 guys. And I'll be 100% honest. I'm not afraid to say it. $10 and $15 doesn't, pay, barely pays all the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But especially when we're bringing in names for you guys to see, the names that you guys see in here, they cost extra money to bring in. So when it comes to the commission, it keeps some people that don't need to be in it out, but it also hurts the good guys in it. Like there's some companies around here that wouldn't be able to make it. We wouldn't be able to make it, and the fans wouldn't want to. I mean, what fans on here want to come in and pay $30-$40 a ticket?
Yeah,
because that's basically what it would.
Especially in the most independent or whatever, it's the same old shit. I mean, the ones like you said.
We'll definitely get you on, Mike. Yeah, we could have some good conversations. He's been out of the business since 2015.
Oh yeah, I can have a good conversation with you. Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I'll have a conversation about wrestling, like I said, all day, every day. Just like I said, a passion of mine, and I know it's a passion of these guys too.
We'll get the OG Tony in here too. He can
talk.
He can talk wrestling.
Speaking of OG, big shout out to Scott Rumor and Rip.
Oh yeah, that was another thing,
didn't you?
Yeah, we
is that the book or different?
So that's different.
So not only did we have Rock and Roll Express at our show,
I got this nice T-shirt there.
Yeah, look at that awesome T-shirt of Rock and Roll. Not only did we have Rock and Roll and their 40 years of experience and knowledge and whatnot in the building, but it was awesome. Scott Romer, who's been around wrestling for a long, long time, probably just as long as a photographer, photographed the biggest names in the wrestling industry.
Had two professional photographers, right?
Yep. And Brian as well. I know Scott's been to Japan. He's been all over the world doing photography, but as well as that, we also had a legend in our wrestling industry, absolutely legend, who has trained some of the biggest names that's ever stepped into the wrestling ring. Even current names in WWE now.
He trained Pat McAfee too.
Yeah, and that's Rip Rogers.
Yeah.
The hustler Rip Rogers was sitting in DCCW's locker room. Great to see Rip. Rip is an amazing guy, very knowledgeable in this business. God, he's trained so many people. I mean, just the people that come through our locker room and come into DCCW, we're very grateful and very humble. Legends in the DCCW locker room really helps the prestige of the DCCW locker room. Great for all the boys to be in the presence of those greats. Absolutely, Con. I'll agree with you on that. Even the promoters that are putting on shows and stuff like that. You guys show up there. I mean, they're looking. They're looking for people, seeing that they can get people that are really good, have good look, have good working skills and stuff like that. Different places and whatnot. I mean, like I said, back before I broke my leg and whatnot, there was guys in the locker room that did the same exact thing for me, man. When you getting Virgil, I thought he was sitting at a table at the show last night, but it wasn't him. It was false alarm.
Saturday night.
Yeah. But I had those guys, those legends, stuff like that. I had those guys, you know, the late Joe Laurinaitis. He was like a dad to me in the wrestling business. I love Joe to death, and Kim, his wife. I love her to death, and I just loved being around them. Are there going to be any more women coming to DCCW besides Rachel? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep. I've already been in talks with them. Some bigger indie talent women, and even been talking to some names who are women as well.
They're young.
He always sits alone. You're absolutely right, Mike. Yep. Any other questions or anything we want to touch base on? We have not touched base on the main event. I know that the main event was the current DCCW tag team champions.
And voted Indiana's best tag team.
Yes.
The highlight reel. The Real Brothers, or twins, talking about a great tag team, even though that they got the Loudmouth Con in their corner. The director. But I will have to admit that those guys play very well together. They had everybody's emotions at the beginning of the show. Thought the twins, the highlight reel, were these good guys until we saw their dirty tactics in the ring against the Rock and Roll Express, and they came up victorious against the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, we forgot Colin was Indiana's best manager.
Indiana's best manager with the Indiana top tag team. Yep, they were both voted the same.
I'll tell you what, Rock and Roll came out, that building exploded too.
Oh man, I mean, guys like that, their 40th year anniversary, it's their farewell tour. I mean, they're wrestling before they wrestled at DCCW, they wrestled FTR in front of a sold out crowd. That's FTR. That FTR is the best tag team in the industry today. That's
and it was a good match. It wasn't one of them matches that you just see legends getting in there. It was a good match,
right? Just like the match that they had with the twins, the highlight reel. It was a great match. Like I said, they used dirty tactics and got one over on the highlight reel, or the Rock and Roll Express, but that didn't deter the Rock and Roll Express at all, because they even mentioned about coming back. So yeah, they might come back before they're done. Chad, do you think every worker should get paid? So that's been a topic a bunch of times on here about pay and whatnot. Chad, I would say yes and no, both to that. It depends with the worker. And are you still in training? You know, you're a worker, even though that you're still in training. You're trying to progress yourself in training, and you're new and whatnot. There's I've said it before, there's a difference between old school how they used to talk back in the locker room of paying your dues, and some of the same things that they said that you paid your dues on was just stupid stuff that you would hear that about paying your dues. That's not what I'm talking about. Paying your dues, what I'm talking about is showing up to random shows, even though that you're not booked on them, finding that promoter and saying, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm a professional wrestler. I've been in the business for a year or two. I just came here to let you know, to meet you and talk to you about an opportunity to be with your company at a later date, or even tonight if you have a spot for me. But can I help you set up your ring? Can I help you set up chairs? If you need somebody to be security tonight, I can be security. We had a guy that showed up to the training seminar last on Saturday. He did the training seminar, and he's still training, and he was one of our security guards. He just said, hey, Mike, I just wanted to be here and to learn from these guys, and thank you for the opportunity. Is there anything I can do for you? Well, yeah, absolutely. We'll find something for you to do. He was there. He took down the ring. I mean, pay your dues. Pay your dues.
What'd you think about that beautiful ring?
That was a great ring.
White, black, and white.
I believe those are our collars, aren't they?
Yeah, the DCCW ring right there.
Beautiful ring. I know it wasn't six-sided like everybody was thinking that was going to show up. We'd like to change stuff out and don't make everything the same old. We hate the same look all the time. We like to give everybody 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 a new look as much as we can. Do you think it is offensive if a worker on the show doesn't share the advertisements for the show? Absolutely.
Dude, I'm big on
100%, Chad.
Yeah, trust me. I know me and Jared talk about that all the time. I say
that shows the promoter that
you don't want to be there.
You're interested in just yourself. You're not interested. You don't want to be there.
Yeah, don't share, like, especially like if I make match graphics or whatnot, or if there's match graphics on there, don't share your match graphic. Don't share the flyer.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. People notice that.
And sharing that stuff, that don't only help the promotion, that helps yourself, because that's going to help get more people there.
Chad, it's very disrespectful. Share the flyer that you're on. The promoter gives you an opportunity to show your craft and to better your craft in the wrestling business. You better be sharing the damn flyer. He's the one, he or she is the one that's promoting you. So if and you're doing yourself a disservice by not doing it, because it's promoting you.
Cut promos.
Yep,
promos. Promos. I mean, that's my biggest thing. I mean, you talk
pulling stories. Even if you're not on the flyer, but you're on the show, share it. Absolutely, Con. 100%. And I said that on the last G.W.R. Even though this is like a Kuhndog's Corner and we're kind of getting into more of a wrestling talk and whatnot, which is, I think, is awesome. But I said it on G.W.R. People should be blowing the director's phone up, Alicon House's phone up, to book him, because if anybody shares stuff as much as he did, the wrestling business would be a better place. He shares flyers, he shares videos, he cuts promos. Everybody should be doing that. Yep. Everybody.
And if there's wrestlers that want to do promos and you don't have equipment to do them, get a hold of us.
Yeah. Hey, there's an open invitation for the indie guys. If you don't have equipment to cut promos or whatnot, Chris Gonzalez of G.W.R. just said, get a hold of him. He will make it happen. Yep. He can Zoom you, and you can cut a promo to him, and he can get it to your organization that you're working for.
I'm not trying to blow our own horn, but other than Con, we probably share wrestling stuff for everybody as much as anybody.
Absolutely. I mean,
you blow it up. Any promoter sends me a flyer, I share it on all of our stuff. I try to throw to everybody.
I've thrown my phone across the room before because it wouldn't stop beeping when you start sharing shit.
Yeah. But I love it.
Yeah, I got last week I got put in Facebook jail because I was sharing stuff too much.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't allowed to share I couldn't share no groups for like 2 days.
Oh man. Also, Con just spoke on there. He also sent out the invitation to any of the workers as well. Get a hold of Con.
Yes.
He said he'll help you with promos as well. Yep, Dwayne, everybody should cut promos. I agree.
And guys, Con's a good dude. He's helped us a lot, so it still helps us a lot.
Yeah.
Promos, sharing flyers. If you guys live close to the town, get a hold of that promoter and say, hey, you need help hanging any flyers up, or you need help getting any promotion out. I mean, everybody always needs help doing something. So there's always somewhere that you can help.
Yep.
Mike, when you coming and getting a DCCW tattoo? You ready, Terry?
Let's do it.
DCCW tattoos.
Who's doing that?
Chad. He also does tattoos as well. He also worked for All American Championship Wrestling, AACW.
I've actually talked to him. I'm here before too long. I'm gonna get with them to get a tattoo done.
You're gonna get DCCW.
Oh no, it's gonna be a DCCW.
Hell yeah,
tattoo.
Chris!
It's gonna be a tattoo.
There we go, baby. Let's get some likes and loves for Chris's DCCW tattoo. Hell yeah, baby.
We should get a tattoo.
Come on, spread the word about the show you are on. Absolutely, 100%. I can help create flyers too, Nate. Yep, absolutely. Guys, I mean, we just, we wanted to go on here like a normal Kuhndog's Corner and touch base on the shows and touch base on the card and kind of roll through it and what happened with the show on Saturday night. and get the word out there about our shows coming up. The April 16th, Bearcat Rumble 2 for the Mud Central Wrestling Club. We also have May 14th in Portland, Indiana for the Jay County Wrestling Club. And then we have the Juneteenth show, which is in McCullough Park, June 18th. It will be a free show, free. Everybody come out and check it out. We'll have more to update on that. So the next March is skipped, but the next 3 months after that is benefiting every April 24th. I don't know what the 24th means, Dwayne. We've already touched base on that. If you wasn't calling Terry, you would already been informed that the April show was April 16th.
April 16th, Dwayne, take that post down right now.
Yeah. If you stop calling people in the middle of lives when you know they go live at 7:00, you would understand and hear what's going on.
Take that down right now.
Bring a show to Logansport, Indiana. People would love it. I've actually wrestled in Logansport before. You all right, Sandra? There's endless opportunities, and we might just do that. We're already in talks bringing a show to Fairmount, so we're working on that.
A lot of big things happening.
Absolutely.
DCCW.
What's up, Austin? You doing all right? I know you sent me a message. I'll get back to you on that. I did not forget about you. Crazy weekend. But guys and gals, definitely thank you guys for everything. Thank you for keeping us running for 4 years. And we're still kicking it, man. We're going to be here for a long time. Nothing can deter us from running. We got a brand new home at the National Guard Armory, which is awesome.
I was gonna say, awesome venue.
Any new wrestlers that have been trying to get in the business, all the time.
You ain't too busy, Dwayne. You're right here watching us right now. Take that back right now. Yep. So we're all ready, pumped up for Bearcat Rumble, Invasion, and Juneteenth. Oh my God, I'm ready. A lot of news coming. So you tune into these lives, like our page, dccw.indiana.
Hey, we left a good impression on the National Guard, I heard.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Yeah. And a lot of people didn't know this, but wrestling had been kicked out of the National Guard Armory in Muncie for over 15 years because of a promotion going in there destroying stuff. And we showed them how to run a show, not destroy their stuff, because we did destroy some tables. I mean, I feel it. But they were tables that were brought to the venue.
Yep.
But we left a good impression on the National Guard Armory. Can't wait to get back. Can't wait to talk to Captain Eldridge about futures shows and whatnot. So,
yep, it sounds good to me. So, hey, again, tune in next Monday. We'll get some things set up where we can interlock with people here at G.W.R. and Kuhndog Corner. So, any last words before we sign off? You guys good?
I'm good. You guys good?
Seth, you want to make a statement?
Hey, I'm a winner, baby. I'm a winner this weekend.
He's a winner chicken dinner. What the world?
All right. Anything else?
All right. No, guys.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and sign off from us here at DCCW.
Be on the lookout. We'll put a graphic up about how you guys can call in and stuff. We'll get that set up before Monday. It's not very hard.
We'll share it on the DCCW page as well.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. So from here, from all of us, Seth, Chris, and Mike King, Big Daddy Kuhndog, we love you.